Oh,
I didn't see you sitting there and I said,
I was just
hi
chatting.
everyone. Okay. Hi, welcome to recruitment. Woo! We're so excited for you. Y'all are our last presentation of the day, so that's fun, right? But welcome to OU. Welcome to college. This is so exciting for you. We're so happy you're here. It's wild to see your faces. We've been prepping for you. Honestly, we started in like November of last year, so we're happy you're here. We are recording just to put on our this is what we've told your students sometimes. Okay, so formal recruitment, here she is. Before we get started, I want to do a quick land acknowledgement, and then we're gonna get with our introductions, talk about Greek life at OU, and then get into some more logistics for formal recruitment. Okay, long before the University of Oklahoma was established, the land on which the university now resides was the traditional home of the Caddo Nation, Wichita, and affiliated tribes. We acknowledge this territory once also served as a hunting ground, trade exchange point, and migration route for the Apache, Comanche, Kiowa, and Osage Nation. Today, 39 tribal nations dwell in the state of Oklahoma as a result of settler and colonial policies that were designed to assimilate Native people. The University of Oklahoma recognizes the historical connection our university has with its Indigenous community. We acknowledge, honor, and respect the diverse Indigenous peoples connected to this land. We fully recognize, support, and advocate for the sovereign rights of all Oklahoma's 39 tribal nations. This acknowledgement is aligned with the university's core value of creating a diverse and inclusive community. It is an institutional responsibility to recognize and acknowledge the people, culture, and history that make up our entire OU community. Thank you for your time. Okay. Next, Greek life at OU. So you're here, you're interested in the Panhellenic Association. We are one of 5 Greek councils here at OU. So Interfraternity Council, these are very large organizations. They are social based, they have chapter facilities. They are going to be doing their recruitment experience same time that we are. They are all fraternities. Like I said, they're going to be around going to recruitment events. It's so much more relaxed than ours is. Sometimes it's amazing that I'm like, oh, okay, ours is so much more structured, but there's so many of y'all, so we got deadlines and places to be. But at IFC, Independent Greek Council, in 2015, before 2015, we had a lot of organizations, a lot of Greek organizations at OU. We were able to lump them all together and make them a council so that we could provide resources and connections to the university and to our office. So Independent Greek Council has social, religious, culturally based organizations, academic based organizations. There's a Women in Engineers Greek organization. They have a beautiful GPA, can you imagine? But a lot of different opportunities there. Recruitment process is if you're ever interested in those organizations, always following their social medias and displaying, hey, we got a recruitment event coming up. Multicultural Greek Council. So these organizations are culturally based. They're Latinx, Asian American, Native American, and multicultural interests. These organizations, like I said, are culturally based, but you don't have to hold these identities to be a part of these organizations. Then we have the National Panhellenic Council, our Divine Nine. Those are our historically Black Greek organizations. Again, like I said with MGC, we don't have to hold these identities to be interested in these organizations. But then there's Panhellenic. So that's us, hey. I go over all of this because sometimes Panhellenic is just not it for some, and that's totally fine. If you're still wanting that Greek experience, we want to say hey, we have other experiences and they're fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. We love all of our leaders, students. Their recruitment events are coming up. They sometimes depend on which council you're interested in. Obviously, ours has a very structured process, but sometimes they're more secretive. We let you know if the chapter is going through recruitment. But it just kind of depends. I also oversee the National Panhellenic Council, and we have a really great event coming up on the first Friday of the school year. I think that's the 26th. It's called Yard Show. So all the Greek organizations are gonna come out saying this is who we are. We would love to talk with you if you're interested. So there's opportunities here. This is not gonna be your end all be all, and that's great. So if you're still interested and you don't want to be an Panhellenic, we can definitely get you connected into a different Greek council. Panhellenic Executive Council. I'm gonna have some awesome people come up and introduce themselves.
Hey everyone, I'm Bella Zeidel and I'm the Panhellenic President.
Hi friends, my name is Arya Patel. I'm the Vice President of Judicial Affairs, and we are so excited to have you guys here. I hope you all have a great week. Good luck, rest up, and have fun.
Hi everyone, my name is Megan Neves and I'm the Vice President of Inclusivity with Panhellenic. Welcome to OU.
Hi everyone, my name is Landry Massey. I'm the Vice President of Programming here with Panhellenic, and you're already so loved and welcome to OU.
Hey y'all, my name is Julia Atkinson. I'm the Vice President of Finance and welcome. I hope y'all have an amazing week.
Hey y'all, I'm Emma Grace Larry, and I'm the Vice President of Administrative Affairs, and I just want to say have a great Panhellenic experience.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kennedy Rourke, and I am the Director of Recruitment Operations, and we are so excited to finally meet you guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Abigail McCollum. I am the Vice President of Recruitment Operations. I'm so excited to finally see you and welcome to OU. Happy birthday. We have one more member of exec, and her name is Ashley Vandevelde, and she is the Vice President of Public Affairs. And she's also a road gambler, so look out for her.
Look out for her. Multiple hats. So executive team, they lead the entire community. They are members in organizations here, but they are helping me out behind the scenes. And they have been spending so much time preparing for Rogamas and yourself. I love them. They're great. Next, we have our awesome Rogamas, which we know about them. Give it up to the Rogamas. So, we know them. We got to meet our hall group Rogamas tonight. They're gonna be like your go-to people. But you also have tour group Rogamas. That was all explained in the email last night. So, you can always reach out to your tour group Rogamas. They're just gonna be mostly with you during round one. But we love the Rogamas. They are the bread and butter of this process. We couldn't do it without them. They are also students and that are active students in our chapters right now that have taken time away from being with their chapter to be here with you all. Some of them are seniors, and so it's a really big deal to have them with us because there's a lot of experiences that the seniors are going through right now with the chapters that they've decided they want to be with Panhellenic. And so our Rogamas are awesome. They've interviewed for this process. They've been prepping for this process. So we love them, basically. But shout out to the Rogamas. Panhellenic headquarters. Panhellenic headquarters, that's this building. We kind of live here for all of August. That's why I look like a little troll doll. But Jim Thorpe Multicultural Center, JTMC, that's where we are. We're in the back half of the building wall. Windows are, that's where you can find Kylie and I. Kylie is the Associate Director of Fraternity and Sorority Life. She also oversees IFC, IGC, MGC, and like I said, I am also over NPHC and Panhellenic. But if anytime you need anything, give us a call. We're here. Call me, beat me. Okay, Novolingo, PNM, potential new member. That's you. Potentially going to be a new member in a chapter facility, or why do I keep saying chapter facility? A chapter. My God. But PNM, we love acronyms. It's like acronym soup at OU. So if anytime you're like, what did you just say? just ask us, but you guys are all PNM's potential new members of the organizations here. Rogama, we know about them. We love them. Mutual selection. So Panhellenic formal recruitment is a mutual selection process. As the chapters are making selections, so are you. So we're going to be talking about when those happen, that they're mandatory to complete later into the presentation. Maraba. That membership recruitment acceptance binding agreement. So this is a contract that would be signed after preference rounds are completed. Good thing to know about preference rounds, there are different options that you have in making your selections, and we go through a training to discuss all of those, because sometimes it gets very detailed. We love when we ask questions because we want to make sure we know exactly what we want to do, what that decision is. But the membership recruitment acceptance binding agreement is going to be discussed at a later time in full detail. We can ask all the questions that we have, but we want to make sure you're aware that if we match with an organization, we're going to be contractually bound to that organization for a full year. So if I match with a chapter on bid day, I cannot go through formal recruitment. And once I'm initiated, I cannot go through more recruitment until 2023 formal recruitment. So we will, like I said, really drill it home at our preference selections training, but want to throw that up there. Bid, what's given on bid day, you like officially sign it with the organizations. And then lastly, complete release. Complete release is something that happens during our process. It's when students are completely released from the Panhellenic formal recruitment process. Just so you know, in 2021 and 2020 recruitment, less than 1% of everyone going through formal recruitment was completely released. So it's a very few set of students that it does affect, but we do want to make sure you're aware because it is something that happens. Usually we see with like a GPA, chapters cannot initiate under a certain GPA. So they can't initiate someone under that. So they are unable to ask that student back. But we will see where that kind of starts to begin later. Okay, schedule overview. These are be very, very brief. We have our ROGAMs and we're going to talk to those. Y'all just kind of chatted already in full detail about the full schedule for tomorrow. So round one, day one, tomorrow. Max of 11 organizations that you will be going to. So you're going to be seeing all of our chapters over the next 2 days. Round one is 2 days because we do not want to go to all 11 in one day. They used to do it and like, I think I would cry. That'd be so tiring. You're going to hear something about alpha and reverse alpha. We may have already chatted about that already, but alpha is just alphabetically lining you up. You are going to be in your tour groups and where we are going to be lining you up alphabetically through your last name. So it's so important that tomorrow at 8 a.m. Walker Adams Mall, you find your tour group number that was emailed to you last night. You go up to 5, they're holding a little sign. You're like, hey, I'm Emily Aker. And they're like, great, got you. Let me go put you in order. And that's the order you're going to be in during round one. Try not to like skedaddle anywhere because it's really hard to get all of y'all in line. So make sure we are at the Walker Adams Mall at what time tomorrow? Yeah. Beautiful. Like I said, it's a lot to get everyone in line and make sure we're staying in line because it's a lot. All right, round one, day one tomorrow. So exciting. Round one, day two. Very much a repeat of day one. Either you're going to see 5 tomorrow and 6 the next day, you're going to reverse it. So you're going to see all 11 great organizations. You'll meet them at the same time at 8 a.m. for your tour groups. Check in with them, get in line, and we'll start heading to your chapter, your first party. Hall floor meetings and selections. Every night of recruitment, just like you had a hall floor meeting tonight, you're going to have a hall floor meeting. The only thing that's different about round 2 is that's when you're going to start making your selection. So Wednesday is the last day of round 1. Every time you end a round, you're making a selection. So that's where the companion app comes in. You may have downloaded it and said, I can't get in. It's not open. So we just wanted you to jump ahead, get that on your phone so you can enter your selections. You'll have a blue card too that basically confirms I made my selections. My ROGAMA signs off on it. It's just another way for us to be able to say, okay, this person is still going through the recruitment process and they have input their selection. Beautiful. All those come to us, all thousands of them, and we get them sorted out. But really important, we are going to our hall group meetings. We are not requiring y'all to be at anything that you don't have to be at. So, make sure you're there and you have to put in your selections. If not, you're getting like 15 calls from me saying, where are you? Can you put your selections in, please? Like, come to jump door. So, we will give you calls unless, you know, you have said, I'm wanting to self-select after the process. Going into round 2, philanthropy, max of 8 chapters. You'll see now that I have a max of 8. 5, 2. Just because there's a max of a number doesn't mean that everyone's going to be invited back to all 8 chapters. That's perfectly fine. Do not define your success on the number of chapters inviting you back. I had 5 this round and like happy along, had a great time, had a great experience. A lot of times students take that number to heart, or they're walking around being like, oh, I hit 8 chapters. And they're like, that's not cool. Don't be that girl, okay? But keeping that information confidential. If you need a rant about something, if you want to talk to someone, please do. But you know, don't do it while you're in front of your hall group because you don't want to bring down the vibe. You want to be pumping people up. But pull row gamma to the side, pull your friend to the side, and say, hey, can we chat? We need to get this out. Okay, complete releases. So this is after round 1. Complete releases begin starting philanthropy day, round 2. Again, this process is less than 1% of everyone going through from 2021 recruitment are affected by being complete released. What happens is a staff member, either myself or someone in our student life office, that's where fraternity and sorority programs and services is located, will knock on the student's door or give you a call if you live off campus and let you know that you have been released. We know it's a hard conversation to hear. It's never easy to hear, but we always want you to know that just because this didn't work out doesn't mean that we don't still care about you. We don't want, you know, we are always going to try to connect you somewhere on campus. I work for Panhellenic, I work for OU, but my main point of my job is to make sure that you feel connected and welcome to the university. So if that's not Panhellenic, that's fine. I just want to make sure that you feel connected and you're able to call this place home. So reach out to your programs. Like we've gone over like on Engage, y'all submitted forms on Engage where you can go and literally search things that you're interested in. There's everything, like 500 plus organizations. Like there's like a lettuce club. So this is not your end all be all experience. That's okay. We love the lettuce club. Sometimes they come up to the office and I'm like, the lettuce club? And they're like, yeah, it's just a club about lettuce. Okay, schedules are distributed on all floors, or you're gonna meet your row gamma at Jim Thorpe and they will give you your schedule there if you live off campus. Withdrawal windows. So kind of said something earlier about a withdrawal, like self-selecting out of the process. At any point you don't want to be here, I'm gonna hold you to it. You can leave and that's great. Like I said, there's other opportunities, so many opportunities. Still want to be Greek? Awesome. We talked about those. Your row gammas know about those. And we're all happy to get you connected to someone in those organizations. But we do have a withdrawal window from 5 to 7:30. What happens is you will fill out a withdrawal form with the your row gamma, saying, you know, I want to officially withdraw from recruitment. You'll sign it. They'll bring it to me, and then I process you out of the system. You can't just like walk off and be like, I'm done. You know, that can't do that. I have to take you out of the system because I won't be able to like keep track of like where are they at. So filling out that form, your row gamma is going to bring it here, or you can come here and fill out the form with someone on our recruitment team or executive council. So do not worry, we can get that taken care of. Someone went round 1, day 1, party 1, the doors open, they started screaming and she was like, hell no. So she came here and was like, I don't want to do it. And we're like, okay, happy you made that decision for you. Awesome. Okay. All floor meetings again, selection. Round 3, sisterhood, Friday, August 19th, a max of 5 chapters today. Personalized schedules are a thing. Not everyone's going to be invited back to the same chapter. So in its title right there, they are personalized schedules to you. Complete releases. Hall floors are gonna be either your hall floor or living off campus, or come to gym floor, get your schedule. Kind of copy, paste, repeat. There's just the numbers of max chapters you're invited back to is just changed by round. Make those selections, go to those hall group meetings, have a great time. Preference round. So the morning of preference round, like we kind of talked about earlier, you have mandatory training that every Greek student at OU has to complete. It is mandated by our regents. You have to do it. You complete 2 of the 3 during the formal recruitment process. That is your alcohol and other drug training and the hazing prevention with 1. You'll complete the 3rd one next spring with the chapter you were matched with. The other training, because we're not doing that one, we do the preference training right after the hazing. And like I said, we are going to go into full detail what every option you have going into preference round, because that is the one round that you don't make your selections with your ROGAM list. You come back to this building and you get your Maraba from outside, and only OU staff are allowed in this room because we don't want students in here. It's confidential. You're trying to make a decision. Sometimes there's tears. That's okay. You can cry. But only OU staff are allowed in this part of the building. Confirming the selections have gone through, and making sure that we feel comfortable with the decision that we're about to make. Great. But like I said, training will happen that morning, and we will not leave the room until every question is answered, because like it gets very, very detailed. Okay. All right. Bid day. So Sunday, August 21st is bid day. Fun times for all. Unmatched PNMs are alerted. Again, there is a selection that we will talk about. Like, don't fret, we will go into much detail about what that means. But there is potential of an unmatched. Someone can be unmatched based off of the selection they made that night. Like I said, don't fret, we'll talk, okay? We'll talk, don't worry. But that is a part of something that happens during the process. Bids are distributed at 4 p.m. 4 p.m., 4 in the afternoon. It's later in the afternoon because we want you to prepare for the start of the semester, like the next day. So sleep, get to know campus a bit more. Your professors have already, some of them get eager and add you in already. So getting comfortable with that, touring your schedule, your ROGAMs can help figure out where you're supposed to be tomorrow. But like I said, it's the day before the semester begins, so make sure you are taking time for you, feeling prepared and ready for the fall semester. Parents and families, get parents and families that want to come up, get lunch, awesome. Hang out with them, love. But they cannot be on the hall floors in this building anywhere around bids are distributed. So around like 3:30, be like, see you later, go downstairs, go away, because it's confidential information. From here on out, all contact comes to you. Nothing comes to a family member. This is you signing this up for this experience. This is you going through this process, you going through college. This communication only comes to you. So how do they get to know if you're matched to a chapter, where to go? That's on you. We don't tell chapters that information because, again, it's confidential, it's FERPA protected. So I literally cannot tell them, protect your rights. But you text them and say, hey, Alpha, see you there. And so they need to get in contact with you, and don't forget about them and all the excitement. Okay, financial transparency. This is something new that's new to the recruitment process. We are disclosing and talking about the financial commitments of being a part of a Greek organization. During round 3 sisterhood, they're going to go through a house tour, or some are going to say it's being currently built, so this is what it's going to look like. And then they're also going to talk about, like, what does it mean to be financially committed to this chapter. There's social commitments and academic commitments, all the things. But by the end of the process, you know, if we're matched with an organization, just as you said, I agree, I acknowledge on your campus director, at some point during your Greek experience, you are required to live in the chapter facility. So with that, we're also signing a contract with the chapter. I'm excited that we're disclosing this information because it shouldn't be taboo. Sometimes we're taken off that we are required at some point to live in. So we want to know what's coming, right? Because we can't not expect that these organizations have a price tag with them. So ask questions. We definitely have students that are paying for their dues on their own. That's great. Not everyone has the opportunity to have someone else pay for their dues. So ask your questions. Don't put yourself in an unhealthy situation later on, and just get excited by all the fun of recruitment. So ask your questions, find out. On the Canvas class that you were added to, we are gonna put all the financial presentations from each chapter. So like if you like gloss over, they're gonna be later added into your Canvas course after the first round or first party of that day has begun. I'm gonna upload so you can refer back to them. But on our website, we have them broken down by new member year, member in-house, and member out-of-house. Same way they're gonna break them up. They're gonna go over badge fee, international fee, Panhellenic dues, all terms and different types of like, things that are within like how much you pay for the organization. So some of them are one-time fees, like a badge, you only have to buy one badge and that's it, one-time commitments to the organization. But they will disclose all of those in their presentation. Chapter housing contract, we talked about that. Again, please be aware that we are eventually gonna have to sign a contract with them. So very, very big decisions happening. Rules and expectations. Please sleep. I love sleep. I miss sleep sometimes lately. No parties, alcohol, drugs, etc. Or you will automatically be removed from the formal recruitment process. You find them every year. Don't be you. Don't let it be you, because I will automatically release you from formal recruitment. Ooh. So don't break the rules, friends. I hate to be the bad guy. Party schedule and meetings, mandatory. Like I said, we can't pick and choose when we want to come. Same thing for our party schedules. We can't pick and choose the ones we want to go to. So if you want to stay in the formal recruitment process, you have to go to every chapter that you were scheduled to that day. Like I said, that kind of goes, that's a mandatory and expected from everyone, or you can be taken out of the process. Goes right into my next point of being respectful. The chapter members have spent so much time preparing for you, like so much time. They're so excited. So if we're being mean, then it's gonna treat you like a 10-year-old. You're gonna be called to Panhellenic headquarters and say, hey, we need to talk. Because chapters are opening their houses to you, inviting you in, and we're not gonna be mean. That's just not gonna happen. So we can be taken out of the process too by that way, if we're just not gonna be respectful. Or you can be walked out of the chapter facility early. You don't wanna be that. Happens. I think it happened while I was leading during my time. Said, okay, thanks for coming, bye-bye. All right. Phones. Phones are not allowed in the chapter facilities at all. So,
Nor Apple Watches.
oh, nor Apple Watches. Never thought of that one. Phones, Apple Watches must stay outside of the chapter facility. So you won't be distracted. Again, being respectful of their time. If you need to make notes on your phone, awesome. Just do that outside of the chapter facility. That's totally great. Or bring a piece of paper. Parents, families, and sisters. Parents, families, they cannot be driving you to your chapters, your schedules. Like that's, I'll find out who you are, give you a call and say, hey, like that can't happen. Stop it. The parents and families, like I said, they are not a part of this experience. This is your experience. So you cannot be having them driving you everywhere. If you want to like scoot, like a little scooter, go for it. Want a bike? Awesome. Can't have people driving you around. Sisters, if we have active family members right now in a chapter facility, be respectful of their process as you are going through your own process right now. We don't have to be in the same chapter as our sister, and that's okay. This is your experience. This is your time here. Make it your own. A lot of times students feel like a lot of pressure from their sisters or sometimes their best friends. A lot of times during preference on someone's crying because they're like, my friend's not gonna be friends with me anymore. That's not a real friend, sis. So if we're feeling pressure from our friends, then you just need to listen to yourself and keep going because that's not right. All right. Drink lots of water. Thankfully, it's not gonna be like 1,000 degrees outside during this week, and we love that, but oh my God, drink water. Name tag, do not lose your name tag. Do not lose your name tag. If you do, it's a $5 charge. People lose it all the time and they just didn't want to go get it. Keep your name tag. That's how they keep, how they can recognize you and say, cool, there's Emily, I see Emily, I'm gonna go talk to Emily. You have to have your name tag, And it's important when you're going through the chapter facility that it's front. And so road gamers are gonna make sure the wind doesn't like twist it up when you're entering in. So very, very important, helps them out. Advice, breathe, it's gonna be great. This is your second week of college. Some are freshmen, some sophomores, whatever that might be. This is the second week, great. This is not your end all be all experience, just like I said. This is not going to define your experience either. Doesn't work out, that's fine. Let's see where we can get you connected elsewhere. Interview experience, this is just excellent interview experience. Rejection is a thing. It happens, it sucks, it stings. I get it, I hate it, but that's the reality. So we also have interview experiences. You can't just sometimes apply and get a position on campus. You know, we have to interview for them to get on boards and to get a part of things. So going through recruitment is also just good experience, just talking about yourself and just getting to know someone else and asking those deep questions. Trust your gut. You're gonna hear trust the process like all week. Trust your gut. You're gonna feel it, you're gonna know. And again, if your friends are being like nasty, like, trust that gut. 5 minutes early, be early, helps us out, helps your road game is out, helps your tour group road game is out. Keep an open mind. A lot of times people are like, I have to be an alpha or I can't do anything at all. That just makes it harder on you, friend. Keep that open mind as we're going through because like I said, rejection is a thing. I didn't get the chapter that I thought I was gonna get asked back to on round 2. And hey, I'm a happy, active alum, love my chapter. Party schedules, keep those confidential. Take care of your body, whatever that might need. Water, sleep, rest, don't talk to people for a bit because you're gonna be talking to a lot of folks. And look, oh, drink more water. You can tell I made this in like June, July because I was like, it's 1,000 degrees. I'm gonna input how many times I need to drink water into this. Camp Crimson is happening. Awesome. I heard like retro night was like wild and like so many people were there. Love that. But you should, everything that was like required with camp has ended today. A lot of these are like optional events, just like Panhellenic Recruitment, it's optional. So if you, at the end of your day, you want to still go to a Camp Crimson event, awesome, go have a great time. Just make sure, you know, you're still taking care of you, sleeping, getting that time back, and drinking water. Oh my God, drink some water. Okay. And with that, drinking water, have a great week. And oh wait, yeah, drink more water. Awesome. Thank you all. We're excited for you. Go get your week. We'll see you at 8 a.m. Bye.
Oh, there's a video. I guess. Basically, sleep. I don't know how. Yeah. I sort of yeah. I just want to thank you. Sorry.